What's going on, my fellow dongs, and welcome to another tier list video. Today we're going to be doing them on the N64 games. There's a lot of great N64 games I extremely like. I used to play these as a kid. I used to play these with my cousins a little while, and then I used to actually play these on my Wii U, and yeah, these games are amazing. So we're going to be taking a look at some of them, and here we go. Starting off the list is my favorite game. Don't need to go in detail. Paper Mario, going in the S tier. Don't need to say this game is great. I had so many hours in this game. I love Paper Mario. I love the Paper Mario games so much. They mean so much to me. And it makes me want to remake. Hey, if I don't mind remakes of these games. That would be amazing. As long as it's not Color Splash, please, God. Next up we have is everybody's favorite game, Banjo-Kazooie, S tier. Don't need to go in detail. It's the greatest 3D platform of all time. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Next up we have is Mario Golf. I'll put this as C tier. I've never been good at golf games at all in video games, but Mario Golf is a nice classic. You should probably try it out, I guess. Most of these are on the Wii U anyway. Next up we have is the original Super Smash Bros. For the N64. Obviously, I'm going to put this in B tier. I know a lot of people have played this, of course. Yes, it's a great game. Don't need to go in detail about this one. It's Smash Bros. And it's a very nice classic, though, so yeah. Next up we have is, of course, Mario 64. Putting this at A tier. I know a lot of little kids are probably not that good at this game, and I understand that Nintendo needs to rework the 3D platforming for little kids. And it was hard for me at first when I first played it, so yeah. Next up we have is the sequel to Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, A tier. Best sequel. A lot of people like this. Too bad the Banjo-Kazooie games are done. Unless they come to Switch, who knows. Next up we have is Yoshi's Story. I'm putting this at D tier. I know a lot of people think it's a nice classic game, but something about this one, it's just too short. If you compare it to the other Yoshi games, it's just way too short. I don't know. Something about this is not that good. Next up we have is Mario Tennis for the N64. Obviously, I'm going to put this at A tier. It's a nice tennis game. One of my favorite Mario sports games. It's a nice classic, just chilling. It's just amazing. Next up we have is Mario Kart 64. Putting this at S tier. Might be surprised by this because I know a lot of people don't like this Mario Kart game, but I grew up with this game and it's amazing, so don't need to go in detail. Next up we have is Donkey Kong 64 going in the B tier. I know I'm not the biggest fan of 3D platformers, but this one is a great one. If you haven't played it, please play it. You'll regret it. It came out 20 years ago, so yeah. Next up we have is Kirby 64 The Crystal Shards. You guys might yell at me, but C tier. I don't like this Kirby game as much. I recently played it. Something about it's just It's okay, I guess, but it's not one of my favorites in my playstyle. Next up we have is probably something you may or may not remember, F-Zero X. Putting this at C tier, I recently played this. It's an interesting racing game. It's probably my favorite in terms of the F-Zero series, but I'm also really bad at racing games like these, so... But I think it's my favorite F-Zero game, unless I have the ability to play F-Zero, the other F-Zero games, so yeah. Next up we have is Diddy Kong Racing, easy S tier. Great music. Great gameplay. Don't know if I say this is better than Mario Kart, but it's amazing. Next up we have is Mario Party, the very first one, going in the B tier. I have a lot of history with this one. I know a lot of people don't like this. I don't know. This is the first Mario Party, so you gotta give respect to it. Next up we have is Mario Party 2, A tier. This is the best one on the N64. My favorite one. I love this game so much. So yeah. Next up we have is Mario Party 3 going in the A tier as well. I still think 2 is still my favorite because there's not a lot of button mashing games unlike the others. So yeah, but there's a lot of N64 games that are really good. So yeah. Anyway guys, that's gonna be it for this video. Yes, nothing in F tier, surprisingly. So yeah, I will say that this N64 games are so good, but GameCube games are what brought me into World of Mario and stuff, so yeah, we're going to be doing a GameCube tier list soon, sooner than you think. That's right guys, I'm going to actually upload it. I'm going to start uploading multiple videos a day from now on because it's actually working right now. So I think I should do this more often, honestly. Upload multiple videos a day, but make them short so you guys don't have to watch through long videos. So yeah, just a little heads up, I guess. I think that's all I really have to say, honestly. So stay tuned for the GameCube tier list. I don't know if I'll do GameCube or Game Boy Advance next, but either of those will be next. Probably GBA, just to get them out of the way, because I know I love those games. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. See you next time for more. Later, folks.